The Hawkeyes will kick it away to start us off. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Give to the back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. They didn't handle the rigors of a Big Ten schedule very well a season ago, and hoping that they've learned some lessons they can use this year.
I think the coaching staff also thinks, Reese, that they're a more mature team. They have better leadership in the locker room. And, David, they're hoping that that's going to show up week in, week out in what's going to be a brutal Big Ten schedule.
Brutal. And, listen, you're hoping also they got something in their neck, right? Like, you're hoping they want some payback, right? Because that should have left a really bad taste in your mouth a year ago, and you should be ready to get that out. You should be ready to extract some revenge. So let's see if this team comes out with a chip on their shoulder.
Catch in the middle, it's Bellick. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. You always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out. If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Moore to the air. Shoots it to the left. Makes a connection. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things up with a dart from 24 yards out. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Looking for a productive play on first down. The give to the back. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Right back to the well. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And the Hawkeyes come to the line with a new set of downs.
Here we go.
To the ground with the back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
He's down. On the double.
Now facing a 3rd and long.
Fire.
From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. That's caught. It's Anderson. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there. He knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target, and getting the completion.
Man, you got to get hats around this dude. He finds the crease. He's down to the 27. The Hawkeyes headed quickly to the line. Leaves it with the back. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. After the flag, distance for a 1st down cut in half. They can really get aggressive on 1st and 5. From the red zone, looking for a space. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on 1st down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a 2nd down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the chains for the 1st down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Snap in the shotgun. Trying to get to it. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Here it is trying to bash it forward. He got a couple. It's down at the 11.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Makes the grab on the left. Touchdown, Iowa! Pulled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't.
All kinds of running room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. And the Ducks are in the hurry-up.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Gonna run it. It's Whittington. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
And that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast. Every Oregon team always been built on that tempo and ground game.
Running back searching for a hole. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises. And I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference.
He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or 2.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
The official says no good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
They'll go right back to him. Turns it on in midfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the defense has been able to get after this guy early and often in this game, and it's affecting his accuracy, and it's affecting this offense's ability to throw the football consistently.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Hawkeyes will call on their punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking for space. It's James. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Moore will throw. Feeling some heat. Got him downfield. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. The Ducks moving quickly to the line.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that name? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Pass on the way. It's picked off. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and the ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
Iowa has the ball back on offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They feed him again. Makes a man miss. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. He leaves it with the back. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Hawkeyes send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And that is just a spectacular... Pin them in the shadow of their own goalpost inside the 5. Keep them pinned in their own end. Power football with the run. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. The Ducks racing to the line in the hurry-up. He'll do it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
This defense really has their hands full, guys. They got to play with great eye discipline because they don't know who's going to be keeping the football in the run game. And that time, you saw the QB. He was able to kind of skirt his way to get some positive yards.
Line getting set on second down. They'll leave it with him. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Leaves it with the running back. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. And the Ducks are on the move. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Got a man, it's Dickey. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Working that left side now. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The inside handoff. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Might as well give it to him again.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Motion from the offense. Moore to the air. Quarterback extends the play. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
They'll try to power their way ahead. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. They'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. Splits the uprights, it's good. And with that, they've taken the lead. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Got his man downfield. At midfield, he's got room. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. And the Hawkeyes will hustle to the line.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
The handoff to Johnson. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
The Hawkeyes are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it from the gun. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. The clock is not their friend. Got to get everybody to the line quickly. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. With the run on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. The give to the tailback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. That brings us to 3rd and goal from the 6 after they went backwards on the last one. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now have got 4th down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal. You try to pay this drive off and this opportunity to put something on the board.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or kick it? That's how they'll make this decision.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Mississippi State is in serious trouble right now. I'm not sure some folks won't be asking for a refund on their NIL investment. A putrid performance in Starkville. They're trailing by 14 to Texas. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looking to go up top on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Moore will throw. Fires to the wideout. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
Moving closer to the red zone. It's at the 27 on first down. He's looking to throw it. Unleashes one deep. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. This defense will try to keep everything in front. They'll go to the air. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
That is a great example of the D-line playing with tremendous awareness. That player knew he was not going to get to the quarterback, wasn't going to sack him. So he slowed himself down, got under control, located the quarterback, and then got his big paws in the air to knock it away.
After the misconnection, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And that pass picked off. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. The pass is incomplete and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Oh, and on defense, you just got to be able to finish that play. That defender had the football in his hands. He's just got to catch it. That should have been an interception.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Ducks will kick it off to start the second half. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Iowa has the ball back on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get to the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Now from the 40, it's first and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. After the run, now to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Throws to the wideout. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than any.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he's brought down after a huge completion. What a nice throw there, just carving up the defense. You make these types of passes downfield, and it reminds me of Justin Herbert just carving up Arizona State for nearly 5 bills.
Yeah, just making big plays in the passing game. This offense is built on the run. It always has been. It always will be. That's what the Ducks hang their hat on. They're making those explosive plays down the field when the defense slips up and loses a little bit of eye discipline.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude. They didn't.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Moore to the air. Quick strike complete. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Oregon! They take the lead with the 6.
Number 17, Brad Anderson.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Give to the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That's caught. It's Washington. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Trying to find his man on first down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
This quarterback has to know he's got to get rid of the football quickly. This defense is already shown on film, but they'll rush this outside linebacker off the edge and make the count 5 on their pass rush. But with his speed and his flexibility, he's too much for a lot of these offensive linemen to handle.
Find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. The Ducks have this offense rolling. They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
And this defense is going to have their hands full, because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Strikes the blow. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. And the Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. They're going to give him another chance on 2nd and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ducks! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Central Michigan has the lead right now. Mount Pleasant has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 6 over Washington State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
The gift to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Got out of trouble and throws. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Moore will throw. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They've had to punt the last couple of times they've had it, David, now trying to put something together.
Maurice, you know how much I love punters and kickers. Like, you don't want to...
Hit the afterburners, kid. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Big play like that to open a drive just builds the confidence. Now first down from the 46. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Going to the ground. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking for a crease. It's Washington. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the third quarter. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The RPO, it's complete. Nowhere to move. Defense makes the stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short gain.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Makes his connection. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Get set, get set.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And the defense able to corral him out of bounds and stop him at the 2. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. He's looking to pass. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
In the situation we're in, down 2 possessions, they obviously had to go for that one. And because they're not able to come up with it, it looks like they're going to be leaving this stadium with an L.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Oregon.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. Trying to make magic with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Yeah. Experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. The Ducks want to pick up the tempo.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
Toss sweep right. At the 45, on his way. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
You know, every running back thinks about the 100-yard barrier every time they take the field, and this guy, you know he's got it in his mind. He might be the only one in the stadium right now that knows he's got 97 yards rushing here in the fourth quarter. You know he is begging his coach just for one more carry to get that mark.
And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues Just stay in a nice rhythm here late.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. They'll give him 4 yards on the carry. It's down at the 8-yard line.
8-yard line. Second down.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Moore to the air. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. Just drives it between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so...
Nothing but green ahead. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Hawkeyes in the hurry-up.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Grab near the marker. It's Washington. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are. And they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
He wants to throw here on second down. Makes the grab. It's Washington. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Tight end finds a soft spot. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try to pick up the first. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
I think after failing on the 4th down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop it. And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job of this team being ready, getting the W.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.